What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone, presented by Brock. Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us here. Drew's awake. Mama is going to come over today. And who else is coming over today? Mocha is coming over. Erica's sisters, their daughters are competing in, so our nieces are competing in gym meet in Panama City this weekend. So that means, wow, are we done? So that means they're gone for the weekend, and we get to keep the dog. We get to keep Mocha. Moki dog, Moki dog, Moki, Moki, Moki dog. Good job, Drew. All done. All done. Well, maybe you're not done. No, you're done. Okay. Bag's empty. Okay. Here we go. So let's see. You want to get Daddy hugs? Oh, look at his butt. Don't moose with me. Oh, I love you, boy. Bang. Who is calling? World. Let's see. Sorry for the disturbance. Eric was calling me. She knew better. Don't call her everyone's Let's see. Say some good mornings here. So Jamar Chase gets the number 7 jersey. LSU for LSU football, LSU baseball this weekend against UMass-Lowell out at the box. So opportunity for LSU to get back at it. And by the way, we are, for the second consecutive day, also streaming on YouTube. So on the Matt Moscona YouTube channel. So if you prefer YouTube, that is there as well. If you missed yesterday, I got one phone on Facebook. I got one phone on YouTube. So we're on both Facebook and YouTube Live. So we appreciate that. Giving you options, however you want to watch. I know a lot of you have mentioned that you prefer YouTube to Facebook. So try to get that looking right. Okay. Let's say some good mornings here. Wendell Evans, good morning. Brandon DeVille, does Drew like dogs? It's funny because go see Papa. He does sometimes. Like there's a dog next door that sometimes when Drew's in the backyard, the dog will like run to the fence, and if it startles him, he doesn't like that. But like when he watches dogs run around, or like there's a dog at the park down the street that runs and like prances up. It's a Vizsla, and it prances up and down. And so when we go to hey Drew, when we go to the park, who do we see at the park? Duke. So he knows Duke's at the park. So he does like dogs. He doesn't dislike dogs, but I think in certain settings. Bob Kubrick, good morning. Jeff McKiffin, good morning. E-Rock, Blaine Allen, Gavin Blanchard, Blason Gill, Kelly Gross, Adam Tower, Spike Sylvester, Ronnie Dugas, Stephen Miller, Joe Juba, Brandon Ray. What's up, y'all? What's up, what's up, what's up? Thanks for watching, as always. Appreciate y'all for being here. Hey, bud. Sorry. Hey, bud. Hi. So, Jamar Chase gets the number 7 jersey for football. I realize that I am probably among LSU fans. I am probably in the minority here, but I just don't care what jersey people wear. I don't care if you put the poo emoji on the front of somebody's jersey. It just doesn't matter what number you wear. Remember when what was old boy's name? What was that kid's name? Giles. Remember when Jonathan Giles got the number 7 jersey? When they're talking about like the lineage and the history of number 7. Mama is gonna come over, buddy. And where's Mama gonna take you? To Home Depot. Yes, you will. Can you believe it? Mama's gonna take you to Home Depot, little boy. I'm so happy. So, Jonathan Giles wears the 7, and people try to conveniently forget that, but he's a guy that wore the 7 jersey, nonetheless. I just don't care. personally, I look at it and I go, man, if I were Jamar Chase, I'd rather be the best ever to wear number one. I'd rather wear number one, be the best ever to wear it, and then one day have them put my name on the facade of the stadium there with the one, as opposed to joining all the people that have worn 7. So, whatever. Let's see. Cajun Marine, Terry Vitito, good morning. Good morning. Who is shocked that Chase got 7? I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Stingley, especially, and it was Reggie Chapman from WBRZ who went and found a Twitter exchange between the two of them so the SEC Network tweeted a video of LSU's number 7 jersey wearers. And then Stingley quote tweets it and says, "Legends." And then under Stingley's was a comment from Chase that said, "All yours," with a thumbs up, as if to say, "I don't want it, you can have it." And clearly something changed there. So anyway, so Chase is going to wear the 7. I don't care. I would just more hope that Chase plays at an elite level again, and that Miles Brennan has a great season throwing to Jamar Chase, and this offense keeps rolling regardless of what jersey number peeps are wearing. Hey, Dylan Landry, good morning. Brian Annie Penton, good morning from Chesapeake, Virginia. Appreciate y'all watching. Be safe. No. Be safe on the road. No, Drew. No, Drew. No. Okay. No, Drew. Okay. That was the first time in a while. Okay. First time in a while for that one. For those on YouTube, you missed Drew just knocked over the phone. First time in a while we've had that happen. Hey, Don Jolibois, good morning. Ronnie Duga, LSU, Terrell Wheeler, good morning. Let's see. Stephen Miller, Drew with his moose jammies. Got it. He does have his little moose jammies on. His butt says, "Don't moose with me." You want to share about your butt, which says, "Don't moose with me"? Hey, Drew. I'ma get ya. When we take Drew into the bath every night, we get him undressed, and I go, "I'ma get ya." And he goes, "Booty." You get that booty, huh? I get that booty, huh? I'ma get ya. Booty. He's a little less emphatic in the morning. Booty. Let's see. Stephen Miller. Now, you aren't in the minority. I used to be so hyped about it, but not so much anymore. The 7 jersey, yeah. Just a thing. Josh Long. Oh, snap. It's Home Depot Day. It is Home Depot Day. Love you. P.S. dropped you 2 votes this morning from the Miller household on 225. Whoa, what are we up for on 225? I haven't checked yet. Is today nomination or is this voting day for a best of 225? I didn't know we were up for anything 225. So, but thank you. Very cool. I guess I need to go check. Let's see. Jump over here to YouTube. Bubba Tatum, good morning. Chef 22504, good morning. Brady Smith, good morning. Matt and Drew. Thank you for moving to YouTube. I haven't been able to watch Morning Scone since deleting Facebook. Well, we're here, Brady. So we're not moving to YouTube. We got them both. So I got 2 phones, one on Facebook, one on YouTube. So however y'all want to watch, we're here for both. Let's see. Number 1 is viewed universally as a team's alpha dog. The Blitnikoff made LSU's number 1 valuable, like 7 and 18. There's some truth to that. I agree with that. Usually dogs get number 1. But I also understand that LSU's sort of tradition has been with the 7 jersey and how that started passing along. I like things more so that happen organically. So like the 18 thing happened organically. Mock had it and he gave it to Hester. Hester had it, he gave it to Dixon. It wasn't until a few times that it had passed till people realized that was a thing the players were doing, and then it became a thing. Maybe when Dixon passed it to Murphy, maybe is when it kind of became known that was a thing. Love you. But anyway, Bubba says, I think it's a good tradition. Players buy into it, seem to revere it. And look, that I guess ultimately, Bubba, that's the thing for me that matters most. If the players are down for it, if the players think it's cool, if the players are motivated by it, if the players take ownership of it, then cool. Anything short of that, it's just, it would feel forced. But if they're good with it, roll with it. Not that they need my permission. All right, let's see. Get to y'all's comments here. Sorry, I gotta find. Switching back and forth is making me have to find my page a little. Okay, here we go. Irfan Sayad, good morning. Josh Long, I don't care. Moscone. Matt, I don't care. Moscone. I do care about many things, but mainly the thing I care about is not caring. Josh Long, Vintage Drew. It was Vintage Drew knocking over the phone, wasn't it? All right, Irfan, what are your thoughts on the expectations for the weekend series? Is this a get-right series? Does it matter if they sweep? Well, I'll tell you this much, Irfan. No matter who you play, it's hard to sweep. You just, for 3 days in baseball, for everything to go right, is just a difficult thing to do. So is LSU better than this team? I've never seen UMass-Lowell play, but yes, I'm going to go ahead and operate under the assumption that a program like LSU, with the resources, the players, the talent, the pipeline of the pros, is going to be better than this team. Does that mean that one of LSU starters could have an off day, or maybe Lowell throws out a junk baller that handcuffs LSU for 6 or 7 innings and they scratch across a few? Like, of course that can happen. It's baseball. For me, what I want to see, more so even than the offense come around, what I want to see is LSU starting pitching continue to be dominant. Because I'm of the belief that, and the opinion, that offensively, this team may not come around to an elite level. Like, this may be a team that just sort of struggles offensively throughout the course of the year, save a couple of guys. So anything that this team does, I think they're going to have to pace with pitching. And so you're going to need these guys with Henry and Marceau and Labus to continue to be awesome. And I think the best case scenario is, if you have a situation where, Henry can get you deep into a ball game or with a lead, and maybe you have either Fontenot or Jaden Hill close it out on Friday, but not overwork to where you can use either or both of those guys multiple times in a weekend. That's more than anything what I'm looking to see. I want to see the pitching, because I think LSU needs their pitching to be dominant, because I don't know that the hitting is going to be dominant at any point this year. Brandon DeVille, is LSU in on the grad transfer from NDSU? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. So that's a linebacker who, by the way, Mike DeTillier yesterday on AFR said, there's a grad transfer senior linebacker from North Dakota State. He posted on Twitter he won 3 national titles, but his dream is always to play at the FBS level, so he wants to play his final year at the highest level. Mike DeTillier said that that kid would be a second round. He'd get a second round draft grade this year if he came out. But he's coming back to school, and he's transferring to an FBS school. Man, there ain't no better place to go than LSU, because you step in, if that kid's the truth, he is a day one starter. There ain't no doubt. I mean, as we've talked about it, for me, biggest question marks on this team: linebacker, offensive line, quarterback. 3 biggest question marks on the team. I think you got talent everywhere else. You got 3 competent running backs. Bless you. You got receivers for days, including the Blitnikoff Award winner and Terrace Marshall and Racy McMath, all returning. On the defensive line, you lose a lot of senior guys. I mean, you lose Lawrence and Fehoko and Chasson, but man, you're returning Farrell and Logan, who was so good last year before he got hurt, and Ika and Shelvin, and you're bringing in Guillory and Roy. I mean, you got guys. Yeah, Justin Thomas is back. Like, you got, and then in the secondary, of course, with Stingley and with Kerry Vincent returning, and Flott and Ward, and then Stevens returning for his senior year. Todd Harris coming off of injury. Like, you know what I mean? There are, with all the losses that you had personnel-wise, 16 guys, going to the combine, double-digit players leaving early for the draft. Even with all of that, like, you still got a roster loaded with dudes. But you got some questions. Like, if you legit want to compete at a championship level, you got to answer those questions. And linebacker's one of them. That kid comes in, he's a day one starter. I don't think there's any question. Let's see. LSU, Terrell Weil. So what a cutie pie. Well, thank you. I try to stay fit a little bit. Worked out this morning. Try to get this looking okay. I know we got to do something with. Him. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. He's a cutie pie. Huh. Hey. I'm gonna get you. Who'd you see last night? Where did you go last night? Where did Daddy and Drew go last night after work? After Daddy's work? Where did we go? When Daddy came home last night, where did we go? Walgreens. Who did we see at Walgreens? Chris. Dude. Go, we see Crystal.
I'm going to see Mama.
And you're going to go see Mama in a little while. Mama's going to be here in a little while to come see you. Love you. All right, Ronnie Duga. Priceless with Mike yesterday. Never know where that convo will go. If y'all missed it, you got to go back and watch the Mike D interview from yesterday. So we're having trouble connecting on the phone right from jump. And so he goes into this story about when Buddy D was alive and at Channel 8 back in the 70s, and how the White House was calling for Buddy D because Nixon had someone on his staff that was from New Orleans, and he was asking something about the Angels or something like that, and said, well, Buddy D would know. And so they called Channel 8, and the White House switchboard is calling Channel 8 and asking Buddy D to hold for the president. He hangs up on him 3 times. Didn't believe that it was really the White House. I wish I could repeat 95% of the Mike D stories that I got. I tell him all the time, I'm like, you got to write a book. You may never be able to publish it, but you got to write a book, man. You got to write down all these stories. Jason Tarver, what up, Matt? Musso needs a Q&A on his pod. I'll make that suggestion, or tweet him and make that suggestion to him. Or if you don't have Twitter, remind me and I'll do it, but I'm sure he will. It's not a bad idea. Let's see, Stephen Miller, voting day on Best 225. Shared the link on my Facebook page. Shameless plug. Vote for my wife so long. Soho. Cool. Will do, man. Will do. AJ Holland. Good morning. Irfan and fellas Sconers. What tweaks in the lineup this weekend? You know what's interesting, AJ? Maneri had media availability yesterday, but literally the only news that was tweeted out of it was that Maurice Hampton may not play this weekend because he's still got a back injury. But it was odd. So I don't know if Paul is going to alter the lineup. With Hampton out, obviously, you'll have Gio in center, and then you'll have likely Bianco in left. Bianco and Toops have been the 2 guys they played over there in left. I think the lineup probably looks like it did Sunday at Minute Maid, which is a little bit of a scary thought because you got no hit. But you catch Milazzo. I think you have Doty at second. You roll with Cranford at short, Mathis at third, Bianco in left. I think that's your best play. Joe Ed Kettner, good morning from Shreveport. There you go, Port City. Pat Huseman, morning everyone. It's been a minute, but glad to be back and chat with y'all. Appreciate that, Pat. Thanks for being here. I am having a little bit of a problem with the comments popping up. Let me see if I can refresh this and get the comments to roll. In the meantime, brought to you by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. As always, appreciate them. Jump over here to YouTube, catch a couple of these. Let's see. Hey, Terry, good morning. Said, I want to see at least 8 hits, 5 runs a game this weekend. If they win 2-1, wins don't matter. It shows they haven't gotten better. I don't know. See, Terry, here's the thing with that, right? Here's the problem with putting a definitive number on hits, runs, etc. Like, what if, like, I'll give you an example. On Sunday, on the no-hitter day, in Hampton's last at bat, he smoked a ball. Maybe this was against Baylor. It was one of the two games. He smoked a ball at the second baseman. I mean, he finally timed it, had his pitch, and smoked it right at the second baseman. Well, that's tough luck that's associated with the game, which is why the averages sometimes play out. So that's not a bad at bat for Maurice Hampton. He finally got it. He knew what he was looking for. He got the pitch and he connected, hit it right at somebody. That happens. I've mentioned a couple times, like Cabrera hit a ball deep to left field, and it would have been a home run in any other park, but he hit it to that cutout in left field, and so it was a long fly ball out. You know, like, that's where I go, I'm not upset with that at bat. You know, and so if you don't meet the standard, the number standard that you've set for yourself, the metric for the number of hits or runs or whatever, it's okay. You know, like, sometimes it's okay. As long as you're having productive at bats. What I'll tell you, one thing that I would like to see. All right, here's something definitive I'd like to see offensively. Fewer than 5 strikeouts tonight. That's what I want to see. This team is averaging almost 8 strikeouts a game right now. That's not okay. That shows me that you're not having competitive at bats. Too many of your guys are at the plate guessing and are overmatched by college pitching. That's a problem. So there's a tangible, objective metric that I want to see. I want to see 5 or fewer strikeouts in every game this weekend from this team. Lower that strikeout total, because what it's been so far is heinous. The fact that you're averaging nearly 8 strikeouts a game, you will not. When you start facing the best pitchers in the SEC, you will not win if you're striking out on average 8 times a game. You can't give away 8 outs without putting the ball in play. Let's see. I like Brooks moving to Mike. I thought Sample could seal a spot with his pedigree. Talking about Marcel Brooks moving to Mike linebacker. I don't. Maybe it'll work out. And look, LSU has had smaller, twitchier linebackers. Debo Jones, Duke Riley come to mind, guys that had 100 tackle seasons and went to the pros and been really good. I'd prefer those guys playing on the outside, though. I don't want a 205-pound linebacker caught up in the wash with a 310-pound offensive lineman, getting into his pads and pushing him around. And even Ogeron said it. We had no choice. Devontae Lee at linebacker and Marcel Brooks to the inside said we had no choice. That changes if you go get that kid from North Dakota State who comes in as a day one starter at Mike linebacker. Then you can put those guys in a more natural position where they can flow a little more on the outside, have a little more space to work with. Mike Clark, yes, Scone, you're for best radio personality. Dropped it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, man. That's really cool. So thanks to whoever nominated me in Best of 225. That's awesome, man. Always humbled by that. It's fortunate to do what I do, and obviously we've had a lot of success, and it's great. It's nice. It's nice to be recognized, but I'm more grateful for all the people we work with and the people who come and watch and listen every day. Cajun Marine, I believe that's trivia. Is LSU trivia confirm to me that's you, Cajun Marine on YouTube? Is LSU still a playoff contender? Yeah. Playoff contender. Like my hope, my ambition would be that LSU is a playoff contender in perpetuity. Like, I want that to be the baseline expectation. Is like LSU baseball, every year you go into the season and go, is LSU an Omaha contender? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, that's the expectation every year. And I hope that's where we're getting with football. And it's not to say you're going to win the national championship every year, and it's not to say you're going to make the playoff every year. But I think that needs to be the expectation that you can be in it every year. I think that's where programs like, obviously Bama, Clemson, but Ohio State, Oklahoma, like Georgia. I think that's where those programs are. Where every year when the season starts, there's an expectation among fans, players, coaches that they got a chance to be there. You know, and when you recruit at that level, even when you have roster turnover, and you're replacing 4 and 5 stars with 4 and 5 stars, and you feel like you have the fundamental coaching and systems in place to withstand those losses and withstand turnover on your coaching staff, yeah, I think that has to be the expectation. Jeff McKibbin, 5th smoothie morning in a row. Honey makes all the difference in the world, and a little brain octane oil. Somebody asked me to put my my smoothie recipe online. I'll do that. You know, I need to do a video making the smoothie so y'all can see how I do it. But it's a great way to start the day, man. I work out, get my smoothie, kickstart the metabolism, get some protein, and then off we go. Then I'm Good Eats for lunch and dinner. My Good Eats Kitchen. Great people, by the way. While we're plugging sponsors, of course, Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Dead Soxy. They got the solid colors as well. I like the solid blue and the solid red. They're fine, man. Dead Soxy. New standard premium dress socks. Promo code GO. GEAUX. 30% off. Let's see. Brock Pendarvis, Pat Huseman. I can listen to Mike D all day on Buddy D. Thanks for letting him discuss all that on air yesterday. No doubt. Hey, you know what, Pat? Sometimes, like this is one thing I've learned in radio over the years, unequivocally. If you have a guest on the show, you may have things that you want to talk about, and there's boxes that you have to check, right? Like we got Mike D on, of course, we're going to talk about Combine, we're going to talk about LSU spring football and all that. But if you have a guest, you have that person on because you want their opinion on something, or you want their thoughts and feelings on something. So if someone ever is like, you can tell something is sparked and they're emotional about something, or they have a story to tell, like, let them tell it. Because chances are, if something is like bubbling in their belly and it's like there's that fire, it's going to be good. I mean, that's what, man, if I'm ever talking and a guest starts to speak, I will shut up instantly. Because chances are, if they were inspired to say something, it's something they feel is really good. It's probably going to be pretty good. So that was one of those instances. I mean, we spent the whole first segment yesterday. It went long with Mike D telling Buddy D stories, but it was worth it. It was hilarious. Home phone is ringing. Hang on. Calling on a home phone. And then and you said Matt, I said Jennifer. And then you said it's Jennifer. I'm like, no, I just said Jennifer. I'm doing morning scone. No. Yeah, well, you're bothering me. Just bring Mocha whenever. I'm here. Nope. Okay, we'll see you in 30 minutes. You want to be on Morning Scone? Hang on, I'll put you on there. Hang on. This is my sister-in-law Jennifer. She's the vulgar sister. They can hear you. Say hi.
Good morning. Hi.
That's Jennifer. Jennifer's bringing Mocha over to the house, the dog.
Yes, Matt, Jeff cannot wait for you to get your head shaved. Cannot wait.
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
He is so excited about you shaving your head. He's just, we can't wait. You're going to look amazing.
He thinks it's going to look good?
No, we think it's going to look terrible.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I mean, you've never shaved your head, so it's going to be interesting.
Do you see where Shaq let his hairline grow?
We did see that.
Okay.
And I'm hoping you look better than that.
No, so here's my point though, right? So Shaq let his hair. This is why I'm pumped. Shaq let his hair grow and looked older and terrible.
Right.
He looks better and younger with a shaved head. Like, I think I'm gonna look better and younger with a shaved head.
So that's what you're going for. Matt's thinking he's going to look better and younger with a shaved head. Just an agreement.
Well, then why were you saying he was laughing? Because he thought it was gonna be horrible.
I think it's going to be horrible.
Well, you're horrible. Your stupid bangs are horrible. How about that?
Oh, no. I've never seen you with a shaved head, so I'm just... Jeff said he thinks you should do a high and tight. He doesn't know if he's going to like the complete baldness, but he said a number 1 would look the best.
Yeah, I don't have that option right now, but from total, because I lost a bet, but total baldness to like a number 1 length will take about a week.
Right, that's true. That's true. Yes. So, well, we will be watching live because we are dying to see Ryan shave your head. It's going to be like with a straight blade, right? Like,
Yeah.
not even with a clipper.
Yeah, well, we'll do clippers first to get it short, and then straight razor. Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be like Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean or Dave Aranda.
Oh my God. Okay, we're ready. We can't wait to see it.
And remind people where they can watch that.
On your YouTube channel.
On the After Further Review YouTube channel.
After Further Review YouTube channel.
Got it. All right. Well,
at 6 o'clock, right?
You know, maybe I'll shave your dog this weekend. How about that?
Don't you dare.
Yeah, how about that? Maybe I'll shave your dog with clippers this weekend. You'll come back and have a bald mocha.
Will you please put mocha on Morning Scone on Saturday and Sunday morning?
Of course.
Because the girls will want to watch it.
Yeah.
And see mocha on Morning Scone.
We'll do that for sure.
She's had a fresh bath and a haircut. She went to the groomer yesterday, so she's all ready.
Okay, awesome. And then I'll shave her.
No, do not shave her.
I'll consider
Already
it.
freshly cut. She looks great.
What if I just shave like half of her?
No. There's no shaving.
What about just like a line, like how Vanilla Ice had the 2 lines in his hair?
You wait and get your head shaved. My dog is fine. She doesn't need any shaving. She's been freshly groomed.
We'll see.
She's ready to go.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You will have my 2 daughters to deal with if you shave the dog.
I think I can handle it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, we just appreciate you dog sitting for us, so we really can't be picky.
Okay. Well, we'll see you in about 30 minutes.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. That's Erica's sister, Jennifer. That's Sophia and Olivia's mom. Let's see. And we're watching their dog, Mocha, for the weekend because they're going to Panama City for gym meets. Let's see. Andrew Bear, when do you run? I can't wait to see the comments on that. I hope y'all could hear that. I think y'all could hear that okay, huh? Maybe not. Andrew Bear, when do you run Hill or Fontenot out there and ask them to go longer? At what point do you see them knowing they're not going to be available for the rest of the weekend? So, Andrew, I think last weekend was perfect. I think if you have the opportunity to get Henry through 6 and then Hill 7, 8, 9 and win on a Friday night, that's ideal. If you can use those 2 guys and save everybody else and realize all you got to do is split Saturday, Sunday to win a series, perfect. If you can go up against Asa Lacy and scratch across 2 runs and Cole Henry gives up and Jaden Hill combine to give up 1, I'll take a 2-1 win on Friday night unapologetically. And even if that means Hill's burned for the weekend. But there's probably going to be days where LSU offensively is a little better. And maybe you try after Henry to run Beck or Vetmeyer or I'd say Kaminer, but with Kaminer you're probably going to try to be more situational with the lefty. But either way, I know you got Hasty too. Anyway, but try to figure it out the rest of the way and save Hill if possible. So you'd have him potentially the next 2 days. Either way, you got options. But if you end up in a scenario like you did on Friday, I think that's perfect. Henry through 6, Jaden Hill for the final 3. You basically shorten the game save the rest of your staff, I'm good with it. Daniel Lauren, good morning, Matt and Drew. Tigers will have a good weekend. Bats are going to pick up and carry it forward. I believe it. Hope you all have a good one, brother. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that. Hey, man, I'll tell you this, though, candidly. If the Bats don't get going against UMass-Lowell, Josh Long, is Musso getting fired? Eventually. Yeah, eventually. For sure. AFR producers, the average lifespan of an AFR producer is about a year and a half. So, yeah, Musso, I think, has been here for about a year now. So it's coming up. You're probably before football season. Jason Tarver, video is jumping. That's it. I wonder if anybody else is having that issue. Anybody else having that issue with video? Andrew Bienvenu, looking for solid contact. Ones who've struggled finding contact this weekend. Yeah, eliminate strikeouts. Kelly Presley, good morning. Beautiful day for baseball. Amen to that. Andrew Bear, why so many strikeouts? Too many guys swinging early on a guess. When you see that many strikeouts, it's one thing if you're having competitive at bats and you strike out on a 6-pitch at bat. And you got a full count. You're thinking fastball. They throw you the off-speed pitch and you swing over it. Like that's different than fanning at 3 pitches or 4 pitches and taking a seat. And there's too much of that. And that's just being overmatched. You're not reading the ball coming out of the pitcher's hand, and you're guessing, and you're just waving. And there's too much of that. So, big part of that is scouting. Scouting your opponent. Scouting tendencies, that pitcher. And certainly during the game, adjusting to those tendencies. But man, got a lot of guys on this team with ability, but there's a lot of guys who, if they connect with the baseball, can hit it hard and far. Connecting is the hard part. Let's see. Bo Lowry, well said. Not sure what we're well said about, but thank you, Bo. Appreciate that. Drew Hurst, good morning. Michael Hoover, good morning. I think we're at the end of the comments, unless if it's just messing up. Nola is going to be splitting catching duties this year. So happy for him. Never thought he was going to be a catcher. Hard work pays off. Oh, talking about Austin Nola. Yeah, definitely. Fired up for it, man. K-Way 14 Thomas. Good morning. Love AFR. So now I'll watch you here too. Appreciate that. Respect. Let's see. Did you and Ryan Clark do a new face first? Did not. Trivia. I wait on RC to lead on that. Basically, if he wants to do a podcast that week, I'll produce it for him. But he did not get with me this week about doing a podcast. So no. Let's see. Is Jacob Phillips leaving early the worst career decision in recent years? I've seen projections of him being a 5th-round prospect. No, there's been plenty of guys who've left early who've gone undrafted. And again, I will never blame or criticize somebody for the decision they make for a lot of reasons. Sometimes guys choose to leave early because they literally need the money. Whatever they can get, they need to start making money for their family. Sometimes guys leave early because they don't want to risk injury. With the rookie pay scale, what it is, I know I've shared this with y'all before, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to look up a 2020 draft slot values. So, for example, the Bengals' first overall pick, their total rookie pool is $12.4 million. Their first round pick will get $7.5 million. Their second round pick will get $1.648 million. Third round pick will get $849,000. Fourth round pick $749,000. Fifth round pick $614,000. Sixth round pick $572,000, and a seventh round pick $543,000. So let's say you're Jacob Phillips and you go in round 5, and you would make hypothetically $614,000 this year as a fifth round pick. First of all, $614,000 is more than most of us will ever make in our life in a year. So you got to consider that, number one. Number two, let's say Phillips comes back, has a blow-up year, and moves up to a third-round pick, or even a second-round pick. He would go from $614,000 to $1.6 million. Okay, well, over the course of 4 years, that ain't a ton. You know what I mean? Especially after taxes and agent fees. And the point is, you're better served getting in and getting to your second contract. So there's the financial decision. Also, consider that some guys just hate school. Like, I don't mind mentioning this name. I think I probably mentioned it before. It's Michael Ford. People are like, why was Michael Ford leaving? Michael Ford hated school. Like, not just hated. Didn't go. Like, I don't know if he was going to be academically eligible if he came back. Some guys just, you know this, like, this is not true just for student athletes, it's true for humanity. Not everybody's meant for college, and that's okay. Like, not everybody wants to be in school, and so here's a chance to go make money and play football, and you see, so it's everybody's decision is different based on different criteria, and that's okay. It is my point. I would have loved for Jacob Phillips to come back. I mean, he's a 113 tackle guy this year, would have had another 100 tackle season, but I also think that you would have been looking at a guy that would still be a, middle round pick, the third, fourth rounder. Just because when you look at what today's NFL linebacker is, it's not as much the big physical thumper in the middle as it is Patrick Queen, the guy who can run sideline to sideline, get to the edge, defend, 3-down linebackers. That's more where it's going. Let's see. What's your favorite crawfish spot? I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's still open. But when I was young in radio, I worked at Citadel, which was on Wooddale, just off of Florida. And if you went to North Foster and crossed, I believe it was Choctaw, there was a seafood place called a Chafalaya Seafood. I have no idea if it's still open. And it was in a rough spot, just candidly. But at Chafalaya Seafood, their crawfish were the best. I don't know if it's still open. Don't know if it's been 15 years since I've gone there. But they were awesome. Sammy's is good. May it rest in peace. Walk-Ons has good crawfish. Kenny Carr, who owns Just Winging It, they're a sponsor on Sports Today with Charles and Jimmy. Kenny Carr does great crawfish. Now Kenny's owned several different restaurants. Their place was KC's, and then they moved and opened a different concept, Just Winging It, on Jefferson and Housatoo. But their crawfish is really good. There's a lot of good spots, man. How about the Burrow Nerf commercial? Did y'all catch yesterday? We talked yesterday about on AFR about the autograph signing at the mall with Burrow and Clyde and Jefferson. And I kind of explained that. And the long and short of it is, the players don't set those prices. The players sign with an agency. The agency advances them money. Keyword advances. It's not like a signing bonus. It's an advance with the understanding that they would recoup their investment. And with a lot of those guys, it's really hope they get to the second contract, and then you'll get the payoff of the investment into the player. But if you have an opportunity with guys like this coming off a national championship, especially with the Heisman Trophy winner, where you can piggyback his popularity and get Clyde and Jefferson as well, that's a chance for the agency to recoup some of their investment. So Burrow and Clyde and Jefferson, they're not getting paid to do that. They've already been paid by the agency. That's the agency putting on an event to try to recoup some of their investment into these players. That's what that is. Let's see. Brian Wynn, does Musso even suspect that he's going to get fired? I don't know, man. Probably at some point. Probably. Let's see. I missed some. Let's see. Here we go. I'm sorry. I missed a whole bunch of comments. Let's see. Michael Hoover, good morning. Louis Salamine, good morning. Charlie Cavell. Drew Hurst, is at a landline. Yes, we have a landline still. And I think we have the landline because when we got our security system, we needed a landline, but I don't think you don't need a landline anymore for that. So I don't know why we have that. But we do. We have a landline that I don't ever use. But yes. And it's the only people that call this number are telemarketers and Erica's mom and sister. That's it. The only people that ever call this number. Telemarketers, Tanya Keller, Jennifer Delafano. That's it. Oh, no. The grass people are here. Drew freaks out. This could be bad, y'all. Seriously. He freaks out when the grass people are here. He used to love it. Hates it now. Charlie Cavell, Brian Ashraf. Y'all laughing at my phone. That's funny. Charlie Cavell, what's up? Matt knows when the hotline bling. Hey, Kirk Taylor, welcome home, man. Good to see you back stateside, man. That's awesome. Kirk was just serving our country overseas. Japan? Hey, welcome back, man. Hope I got that right. Brant Roban, good morning. Andrew Bear shaved LSU on the side of the dog. Kirk Taylor, she sounded just like Erica. Hey, that wasn't E-Rock. That was Erica's sister, Jennifer. I had no idea people other than telemarketers called landlines. Who was that? That was Paul. Paul Walsh Paul. Like I said, telemarketers, Erica's mom, Erica's sister. That's it. Where does Walker fit in this staff? Kirk, he's got to start throwing strikes, man. If you're throwing 86, 87, and you can't throw strikes like Walker struggled to do, it's tough to find a spot. Hey, buddy, it's okay. He's so scared of it now. It's so sad. He used to love the lawnmowers. It's okay. I got you, buddy. I got you. I got you. It's okay. Daddy got you. Daddy got you. Daddy got you. Daddy got you, buddy. I love you. Are we doing Dad Show? Are we doing Dad Show? When they cut the grass, he used to love it, and he's so scared of it now. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, yeah, we may have to wrap this up because he's a little. So, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged in this post. If you could like their page, it's a huge help. Okay. Hey, listen, it's okay. Listen, we're gonna go. Listen, we're gonna go play in the other room. Okay. We're gonna go play in the other room. Okay. All right. It's okay. Daddy got you. Daddy got you. All right, y'all have a great day. We'll see you for the Locked on LSU podcast, and then AFR later today, Ride Radio Hour. See y'all later.